bed?
For Mrs. Sharples, yeah.
Well, what's wrong with bed she's got?
Well, nothing really, except he came over with William the Conqueror, if not Julius Caesar. No, it's got a big dip in the middle, you see, and she's got this terrible backache. So me and Mrs. Bishop are having a collection to buy a new mattress.
Oh, well, you better come through and I'll get my purse.
Right. Morning.
Hello, dear love.
I don't know why you bother.
Bother?
Putting all that stuff on your face. Good-looking girl like you. I mean, that's just gilding the lily.
Wow, thank you for them few kind words, Eddie love. But all through history, us lilies have been busy gilding ourselves in case we get mistook for dandelions.
Paola?
You're a gentleman. I don't suppose...
You don't suppose. Quite right, Eddie love. I gave Emily my whack yesterday.
Right, well, I'll see you all in jail. If not, they're overs.
Ta-ra.
Right, I'm off, love. Right. And just in case you're wondering what's happening, I'm going to look at a flat today.
Oh, good. Well, let's hope it's what you're looking for, eh?
Yeah. See you.
Right.
Penny for 'em.
Hey, don't think you're worth that much, Alf. Best looking for a flat today.
Best news I've heard for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, do you not think so?
Yeah, of course I do. I know it sounds daft, but... well, I feel a bit bad about it.
Oh, come on, Renee. We've been trying to get rid of it since March, you know. Don't go soft on me now.
No, I'm not. I said it sounded daft, but... we can't help your feelings, can you?
Hello. Hello, love. Oh, whatever's the matter? Yes, of course she is. Hang on, I'll get her, love. Renee!
Who's gone?
It's your mother, love. She's crying fit to bust. I don't know what she's talking about.
Will you just get some change for Len Fairfield? I want 40p out of that. Hello, love. Whatever's the matter? You what? When?
Hello, mate. What are you doing home this time of day?
It's my day off.
It's all right for some, isn't it?
Hey, I've not seen you out at Rovers lately.
No, I've been grafting, haven't I? Still, it'll all be worthwhile eventually.
Yeah?
Yeah, we got the payment on the first phase today. You know, on the hotel job.
Ah, so it's breaking up the cask then.
Well, I'll buy you a pint if they're open at dinner time.
You're on. There. Right, ta-ra.
Lover, you're going to have to pull yourself together. No, don't be sorry. I know how you must feel. I'll tell you what I'll do, love. I'll just have a word with Alf first, and then I'll ring you straight back, all right? Yeah, okay. Ta-da, love. Ta-da. I'll swing for that flipping fella yet.
Who?
My flipping stepfather.
What's he done now?
Well, according to my mother, he had a right up and down here last night, third this week. And he's up and left her.
Oh, good riddance to bad rubbish. She's better off without him.
I know that, and you know that, but try telling her that.
So, what happens now, then?
Well, I think you already know the answer to that, don't you, love?
Oh, you got to go up there again.
I know, and on your day off and all. But I haven't really much choice, have I?
Oh, of course not.
I'm sorry, love.
See, go get yourself ready, will you?
Yeah, I'll just ring her and tell her I'm going first, eh?
Yeah, right.
Right.
I'll get that.
Has Emily Bishop been in yet?
Oh, she's just been carried out roaring drunk, love. Again.
I don't know what this country's coming to when folk like Emily Bishop are being carried out in that state.
I don't know why they don't bring back national service.
Do you think that'd help?
Well, things have never been right since they stopped it.
Has she or hasn't she? I mean, when you've finished playing Russell Arties away Park...
Well, it's not something she goes in for, isn't that, Eddie, love? I mean, lunchtime boozing.
She's supposed to be meeting me in here.
Well, I've not seen her.
You do? No.
Well, thanks very much. If you'd have told me that 5 minutes ago, you'd have saved me all the earache. I'll have a pint of bitter and one of them cardboard pies.
Suits you, you know.
Hey?
Behind that counter.
Oh, don't let appearances fool you. I've not been able to find a thing since Renee walked through that door.
Give us a packet of those little cigars here, mate.
Oh, right.
So,
Thanks.
well, I'll be seeing you later down the pub.
Chance to be a fine thing.
Well, that's marriage bliss for you, mate.
Ah, you want to try it sometime?
Oh, you've got to be joking. Isn't that right, Bet?
Isn't what right, love?
I'm too young to die.
I'm sure you must have been once.
I think I'll quit while I'm still ahead.
Because the act told you were ahead.
She's killing me, killing me.
You're home early, aren't you?
I've just nipped back to change my shoes. Whoever designed these must have had a granddad in the Inquisition. That's better. You've not heard from Reen?
Well, she won't be there for another hour, will she?
She's not stopping overnight.
Not this trip, no. Hey, I thought you were going to see a flat or something.
I've been lovely.
No?
It's smashing, just what I'm looking for.
Oh, very good.
Well, it's not exactly your Hollywood penthouse, but then I'm not Lana Turner, am I?
But you will be taking it.
There's one or two snags, but I think so.
How do you mean, snags?
Well, there's a cooker for a start. There isn't one, and I've not got my own anymore.
Hey, I might be able to help you there. I got one doing note down at the other house.
Well, I couldn't just let you give it me, Alf.
Well, it's no good to me. I'll tell you what, have a look at it tonight. If it's any good to you, it's yours for a fiver.
Right, you're on.
Right.
Right. See you later.
Aye.
Where is this flat?
Gas Street.
Oh, sounds good.
Yes, well, it's not got this streetscape gardens and stately elms, of course, but there's a lovely view of the cut.
Oh, I know it will. Know it will. Especially that colourful bit where the odd dead cat floats past now and then.
That's the one, yes. An idyllic little spot in its way.
If you don't mind the pong.
There is that, of course.
Yeah. Well, I suppose we'll be having a bit of a knees up then, will we, eh? Flat warming.
Well, we might be, but I'm afraid I can't speak for you, my love.
Oh, you're a hard woman, Bet Lynch.
You must come up and see me scars sometime.
I thought I already had.
Oh, hello, love.
Coped, have you?
Ah, more or less. How did you go on?
Don't ask me.
A bit rough, was it?
Oh, well. It's not just that she's upset about him begging off the way he did, but when he went, he took all money in the house. And then when she went down to the bank, she found he cleared the account and all.
Oh, lovely fella.
I'm sorry, love, I had to leave her a few quid.
Oh, of course, So, what else did you do?
There's nothing much else I could do, really, except try and talk a bit of sense into her about him.
Anyway, bit of good news. Bet's found herself a flat.
Oh, God. Summit, I suppose. Oh, what am I going to do? She's beside herself.
Well, I don't see why. Good riddance.
I've told her that until I'm blue in the face, but she won't listen. She'll have him back like a shot, I think.
Oh, well, do you think there's any chance of him going back?
I don't think so. I mean, not with him taking money and all that. But she kept going on about not wanting to live there on her own.
Oh?
Terrible coming away. I was crying, she was crying. Taxi driver didn't know where to put himself. I told her I couldn't stop the night, that I had a business to run, but, well, she kept going on about how empty the house would be and how she hated stopping there on her own.
Do you think she was, hinting? About coming to stop here, like?
I don't know, she might have been. I suppose she could now, couldn't she, now that Bet's going, but... I don't want her to, you know that. I mean, what can I do? She is in trouble, and she is my mum, and, well, I am her daughter.
Yeah, of course.
Anyway, we'll see how she goes on tonight, and we'll take it from there, eh?
Right. You didn't discuss it, then? I mean, coming to stop here?
Oh, no, I wouldn't do that, love. Well, not without, seeing how you felt about it first. All I'm saying is, that, well, blood is thicker than water. You got yourself something then?
Well, I thought I'd better.
Don't be like that. I can't be in two places at once. Anyway, you might as well have my mother too.
Aye.
Oh, Alf, what can I do? Jo's left her. It's only natural she wants to come and live here with us.
Yeah, but why us? We're not the only ones in the family.
Well, who else is there? Go on, tell me. Who else is there?
Well, there's your Terry for a start.
Bobby in Belfast. And how are he supposed to cope, for heaven's sake? You can't get married quarters for your mother, and that's what she is, my mother.
Yeah, I know, love. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, and take that look off your face. I don't want her any more than you do. No sooner got rid of Bet.
Aye, out of the flaming frying pan into the flaming fire.
Oh, thanks very much. I don't talk about your mother like that. Lucky for you.
He's a very indelicate man, Mr. Yates, isn't he?
Yeah. Good word is that, indelicate.
While we're on the subject, dear, how are you getting on with your flat hunting?
While we're on what subject?
Pardon, dear?
Well, you just said, while we're on the subject, how are you getting on with your flat hunting?
Did I? I don't know what I can have meant.
No, neither do I. I'm getting on reasonably well. In fact, I've got a very likely prospect lined up.
Good. Because you have been a gooseberry for rather a long time, haven't you, dear?
Well, it's never easy at the best of times. I said it's never easy at the best of times. At the best of times. I'll have to go for a minute, love. There's somebody in shop. I'll not be a minute! Oh, you heard that, did you? Of course he's at work. Yes, he's just come up for his dinner. Well, I wish I could make you something, love, but you are going to have to pull yourself together, you know. I'll tell you what, I'll put Alf on. He'll cheer you up, love.
Hello, love, how are we? Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Yeah. Yeah, well, things are bound to get better, aren't they, love? Yeah. Oh, I'll have to go, love. Renee's just put me dinner on the table, yes. Yes. We'll phone... Yes, we will. We'll phone you... Yes, ta-ra, love. What did you lumber me like that for?
Lumber you? You've had it for 2 minutes, I've had it for half an hour. And me auntie, and our Terry. We'd have her if we could, you know that.
Well, you've not said she could come here, have you?
Well, not in so many words, but it's going to happen. I can feel it in my bones, it's going to happen. She's wearing me down.
Well, she's not wearing me down.
Well, she's not your mother.
And she's not your husband. Let's have a bit of consideration for me. And anyway, look at it this way. If she stays where she is, Joe might well go back to her. If she comes here, there's no chance of that.
Oh, you cheeky devil. It was only yesterday you were saying she was better off without him.
Yeah, well, that was yesterday, wasn't it?
And what's happened since?
I've got more flaming miserable, haven't I? Hi.
Hello, what have you forgotten?
I've not forgotten anything. I had a union meeting this afternoon, but I rang Charlie Fawcett and they don't need me, so blow 'em.
Oh, good, you can help out here if you don't mind. Well, I go and get a bit of washing.
Hey, listen. Does your mother know about Bet leaving?
No, she doesn't.
You sure?
I never mentioned that.
Only I was thinking, we can't put them both up, can we?
You mean...
Well, it's a matter of which one, really, isn't it? And there's another thing to look at and all. There's Bet's rent. I mean, £8 a week's £8 a week. It more than pays the rates.
Yeah, I suppose we wouldn't miss that. And she does help out in shop.
I don't suppose your mother would do that.
Oh, I wouldn't want her to.
And you know...
She doesn't know tums from a pound note.
Well, I'm not sure that we're within our rights getting rid of Bet anyway.
Oh, I think we are, you know, furnished accommodation.
Yeah, but she's got her own bits and pieces up there, you know. I mean, we can't be positive.
No, that's true, we can't.
Does she know about your mother, Bet?
I don't know how she can. I told Betty, but I told her to say nothing.
Yeah, I said the same thing to Len. So that's it then.
Oh, I feel awful.
Look, love, your mother has a lovely little home. It'd be a sin to get rid of. And anyway, it's an investment, and Bet's got nowhere, has she? We should have thought of this before.
Yeah, we should. I'll tell you what, I'll go and phone my mother, eh?
I'll look after the shop.
Hey, Petra.
Bet,
What?
have you, don't let on that I've told you, will you? But I don't want you getting at even more cross purposes with Alf and Renee.
What are you on about?
Well, it's Renee's mother. I mean, that fella has left her, and Renee wants her to move in with them.
Oh.
So, love it, you'll just have to get your skates on, won't you? I mean, you've left them dangling for quite a long time now.
Not to worry, Betty, love. I've got myself a place lined up.
Oh, good. Is it nice, lovey?
Gas Street.
Oh, dear.
They don't grow on trees, you know.
No.
Is it your off day? Yeah. I'm dividing my time between sorting out Elsie's problems for her and keeping my eye on Mrs. Sharple.
Well, what's wrong with Mrs. Sharple?
We smuggled that bed in, we don't know how she'll take it.
Oh, yeah, I'd forgotten.
You haven't seen her, have you?
She's sleeping on it. She Ta-da. Hello, love, there's some tea through there.
Hello, Bet. You're just in time for a cup of tea.
Look, Alf, I found a place in Gas Street.
Hey, you've not definitely said you'll take it, though.
Not exactly, no.
No, well, you mustn't. I mean, we don't want you living in a dump like Gas Street, do we, love?
No, we don't.
You stop here as long as you like, love. I mean, there's no hurry. I know some of us have said some daft things in the past, but that's in the past. You stay until you find the right place for you, okay?
Well, bless you both. I'll just nip upstairs and change my shoes, then I'll come down and have that cup of tea. And don't think I don't know. I've not been everything I should have been. Still, you could do a lot worse, couldn't you?
Aye.
Just tell me one thing, Mrs. Walker. Are you going to stick it up in here in your living room?
Where do you think I should hang it, Bet?
Well, I wouldn't like to be so vulgar. I just hope you're not going to put it in here.
Don't think it'll make a nice splash of colour?
I think it'll put them off the rail.
You know, looking at it, I think it's quite nice, really.
Between you and me, I think it is probably an investment of £20.
You're probably right, but please, will you hang it in your living room?
Well, I do think an original oil painting would be rather wasted on some of our clientele in here.
Oh, don't come in here spreading your germs. Oh, you're full of it, aren't you, love?
Sorry. Could I have just a miniature brandy, please?
That'll cure you.
Oh, I'm hoping.
Hey, and if it doesn't, it's nice, isn't it?
I put it with sugar and hot milk. It's very good.
Yeah, love. You go home, wrap up warm. Stop off work tomorrow.
Oh, I wish I could.
Is this a bad time to remind you, or is it good?
Sorry.
About a job, you said.
But you didn't come and see me.
Well, I'm seeing you now. Is it still going?
I mean, I've had people coming, but nobody really, no. I mean, there's a girl came today, the big dirty sticking plaster around her finger. Well, I mean, there's nothing nastier, is there? I mean, otherwise, quite acceptable she was, but it must be hygienic with food.
Well, I'm very hygienic.
I think, yeah, that puts lads off, you know.
Well, see me tomorrow. As far as I'm concerned, you can start as soon as you like.
Honest? I'll be there.
Oh, wish I could say that with the same feeling of certainty. The way I feel now. I'll go put myself away.
Good night, love. You get to bed with a nice hot water bottle, cock.
Yeah, night. Well, there you are.
One problem solved, kid. And don't look now, but your little prayers have been answered. Here's Dreamboat.
Hi, Gail. 2 pints, please.
Seen as you asked so politely.
It is all a lottery, Bet. Now, you may think you've missed out, but there are plenty of girls who marry at 18, have a couple of children by the time they're 20, and then begin to wonder what happened to their lives by the time they're 24. They would probably envy you your freedom.
What freedom? Freedom to go home on your own, cook your own supper and watch telly by yourself.
Not always like that.
No, it's not. And I do have some good times. I wasn't even feeling sorry for myself till you started me off.
I'm sorry, dear, but you've been rather quiet about your private life lately, and I was beginning to wonder if...
What? There was a Mr. Wonderful looming on the horizon. Oh, I wish there was. And then again, do I? I think I just talk like that. I think if the right bloke did come along, I'd run a mile. I'm getting a bit old now to change my ways for anybody.
I don't believe that. Not for one moment. And what is more, neither do you.
Morning.
Oh, well, here is the best advertisement for marriage ever yet devised.
Oh, well, thanks, Bet. That's very nice.
I mean, why you shouldn't, not why you should.
I'm not going to take offence. It's only natural to be bitter when you get to be a spinster of your age. But when it comes to me and Stan, there's things going on under the surface that you know naught about. Like in that picture there.
Eh?
Well, that's got hidden depths as well.
How very perceptive of you, Mrs. Ogden.
Oh, I'm not behind the door when it comes to appreciating things, Mrs. Walker. New, is it?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I only got it yesterday.
What do you think to it, Bet?
Not a lot.
No, well, you haven't got the finer feelings for art what me and Mrs. Walker have.
Does it really appeal to you, Mrs. Ogden? I wouldn't have thought it was quite your type of thing.
Oh, it is, yeah, definitely. Oh, definitely my type of thing.
See, I would have thought you liked the more conventional type of painting, you know, vases of flowers, country cottages.
Oh, no. No, I like somewhat what stretches your imagination. You can see all sorts of things in that.
Absolutely. Do you know, it is that deliberate quality of mystery that I find so fascinating.
Yeah.
I bet you'd pay a bomb for it and all. Somewhat of that quality.
Enough.
Is it by anybody famous?
Not yet. But I have the distinct feeling that is going to prove an investment. I think it's only a matter of time before the artist achieves the recognition he deserves.
Oh, it's a fella then?
Ah, well, regrettably as I have to admit it, it's a friend, well, an acquaintance of Eddie Yates. Still, art transcends all boundaries. Don't you agree?
Since you asked, Mrs. Walker, no.
Oh, well, you can't expect no different from the likes of her, can you? I mean, she's not one of us.
Oh, do be careful, Bet.
I'm being careful. I'm the last person to vandalise a priceless work of art. Here we are.
There's something written on the back.
Well, if it's out rude, I'm not taking it to framers.
I can't make out what it says.
Oh, I can.
Is it the artist's signature?
Well, in a way, it's a sort of message telling posterity exactly who the anonymous artist is.
What? What does it say?
Stan, have gone to bingo. Your tea is in the oven. What makes you so sure it's Mrs. Ogden? It could have been Stan or even Eddie.
That make it any better?
No, I suppose not. How much did this sting you for at any road?
Not the money, it's the principle. I've been cheated, there's no other word for it. How dare she?
Well, I still say we can't be sure it were her what painted it.
Of course it was her. I've been puzzled all day by her excessive admiration for it. It's clearly her work.
Well, I suppose if you liked it enough to pay good money for it, there was clearly no trickery involved. They never claimed it were by nobody famous.
Eddie Yates definitely didn't clear it. It was done by a friend of his.
It was.
Oh, how could I have been so stupid as to think that anything produced by that woman could have the slightest merit whatsoever?
But Mrs. Walker, you didn't know it were her what had done it. You wanted...
Well, go on.
Well, what gave you a kick? We're thinking that you discovered hidden talent. Perhaps you saw more into that thing than you would have done under ordinary circumstances.
You know, Bet, sometimes you're surprisingly wise.
Thanks.
It was my pride that was to blame, nothing else. I saw myself as a patron of the arts.
It were only one picture.
Nevertheless, I'm telling you this in the strictest confidence.
Naturally.
Because today seems to be our day for exchanging confidences. I was showing off. That's not something I often do.
Never.
No. So, in a sense, I have to say, I was to blame.
Oh, well, 50-50. You're not going to let them get away with it, are you? You're going to tell them you found out, her especially.
No. I don't think so. I fancy I have the glimmerings of a rather more subtle revenge.
This way, Mrs. Ogden.
Well, I know the flipping way. That says you wanted to see me.
Oh, yes, Mrs. Ogden. I was wondering, would you come in half an hour earlier tomorrow morning? I'd like to make a start on spring cleaning the walls in here.
Oh, it's a bit early to start doing the walls yet. It's only January. Bound to be a lot of mucky weather before the spring.
Nevertheless, I'd like to make a start. You see, I would have mentioned it to you earlier, but we got sidetracked on other issues.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we was talking about the picture. Hey, it's gone. Oh, Bayek, you don't waste any time, do you?
I try not to, don't I, Bet?
Never lets the grass grow, doesn't Mrs. Walker?
No, you've took it to have the new frame put on, haven't you? When's it coming back?
It isn't.
You are?
When the man saw it, he went into such raptures about it. He was so insistent, I just had to let him have it.
You gave it to him?
Oh, no, not a complete fool, Mrs. Ogden. No, I sold it to him at a very fair price indeed.
How much? I mean, what did he give you for it? More than you paid?
Mrs. Walker isn't likely to part with something she values unless she makes a good profit, Hilda. Like she's just said, she's nobody's fool.
Well, what sort of profit? I mean, well, just as a matter of interest, like. What did you make on it? A couple of quid?
Enough to buy myself this, Mrs. Ogden. I wonder, would you mind fastening the clasp for me? There you are, dear.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
I put it in the dustbin.
Exactly where it belongs.
I only wish Hilda could have seen it.
No, love, no, it's better this way. Every time Mrs. Ogden sees this, she'll get a permanent pang of aggravation.
Did it cost a bomb?
Too many questions, Betty. Let us just say that it didn't cost nearly as much as Mrs. Ogden imagined itself, but that's our little secret.
You're hard nut, Mrs. Walker.
I'm not a vindictive woman, but I will not be made a fool of by anyone.
Handcrafty.
No, let's just say I use my head. For example, I am quite sure that the truth of this little episode will never leak out. It'll be our little secret.
Would I breathe a word?
No, dear. But you see, you are the only living soul who knows. So, if it did become common knowledge...
And they call Maggie Thatcher the Iron Maiden? Mrs. Walker, she's got an out on you.
Thank you, dear.